The defending champion Arsenal won 3-0 against the Coventry City, but honestly the scoreline was the least interesting part of the game because there was one number in this match that was quite kind of shocking, and that is goal. Not even close. That is actually a statistic that happened in the first half. In the whole first half, Coventry City didn't make a single tackle against Arsenal, and not one. They didn't touch the ball inside the Arsenal box in the first half either. And you know the crazy part, nobody has done this thing since this tracking has started in 2007. So this is the first time in the Premier League that a team that didn't make a tackle and didn't touch a ball inside the opposition box in the first half. So if you're new to the channel, don't forget to like and subscribe. Your small support will really help the channel. Arsenal are the champions of the Premier League after 22 years, and they have waited long for that, and last season they have also gone in the Champions League final where they beaten by PSG, and now they have started their season as a defending champion of the Premier League, and their first game was against Coventry City, and before this game they have already beaten Manchester City 3-0 in the Community Shield. Contrary, in the opposite side, Coventry City come in the Premier League after 25 years of waiting. Frank Lampard took them up from the championship winner, and they are now in the Premier League. And honestly, if you saw the Coventry City preseason, then you will say they have a decent preseason. They beat Espanyol, they beat Monaco. So this wasn't a game between a completely top tier team, between a completely low tier team. It was a game between a champions versus a team that is well decent enough. But if you saw the match, that didn't the whole story, because the Coventry City was not in the game from the very first whistle, and Arsenal, they also don't have their in full strength. Saliba and Timber was not in the game, they were injured, one of the most important defender for Arsenal. So everyone was telling that it will be a little bit taste for Arsenal, that what is going to be happening in this match and how they're going to be playing. Actually, the game was not being decided by the Arsenal being brilliant. It was the Coventry City plan is not actually going in their way, because if you look at the Coventry City, what they were trying to do, you can completely understand that their main priority was defending. Obviously, if you are a team that are coming from the championship and you are facing the in your first Premier League game a champions, then your first priority will be defending, and that is what Coventry City was doing. They were defending, they were compact. But if you are defending and if you are not pressing, then you are letting them to play their game. Arsenal plan was really pretty simple. If you see, they keep putting extra player in the left side where Calafuri was pushing into the forward. Tzolis, the new signing for Arsenal, was really pain for Coventry City. He was multiple time going inside and combining well, and Calafuri was the man who was going in the outside of the play. And if I show you the Coventry City right back rating, that Van Ødegaard was the man who was like defending job for Tzolis, and Tzolis just totally washed Van Ødegaard. Look at the rating of the Van Ødegaard, like 4.3 rating. That is literally below average, man. Not gonna lie, that is worst performance, not below average. So it was every time Tzolis was drifting into the inside of the box, Calafuri was going outside. It was Van Ødegaard's job to mark one, and if you mark Tzolis, then Calafuri was the free man. And Coventry was choose to play a really compact game, really defending game, and that really give Arsenal to play their game properly, play their plan, execute their plan properly. And if you see throughout the whole 90 minutes, then you will say that Declan Rice and Martin Odegaard played totally up masterclass performance. They just totally control the midfield. Ødegaard performance was on top, was everywhere in the pitch. He just controlled the tempo really well, and I have seen multiple times the Declan Rice dropping back. Declan Rice was the man. He was making the 3-back system. He was playing and conducting the game from the deep. So let's just talk about the first half. And in the first half, in the first few minutes, it was looking like Coventry plan was like solid. They have the plan like do not commit fully in the attack, defense, don't take any risks, and it was looking like Arsenal just didn't get through in the first couple of minutes that they haven't figured out the plan of the Coventry City. They are more little bit deeper side of the pitch. But once Tzolis and Calafiori started playing their own game, they started piling up into the upside of the pitch, and then the actual worst thing happened for the Coventry City. Every time Calafiori and Tzolis was making double up into the opposition, then they have to make a choice. They have to stay in position or they have to mark one man. But they decided to stay in position. That really give a wide space open for Arsenal to exploit in the left hand side. But here was the catch: if you don't take any kind of risks, if you don't press against Arsenal, then they're gonna play their game, and that is what happened. As Coventry don't even press, don't even take any risks, they were totally punished by Arsenal. So let's just go through the goals properly, what happened and how the goals happened. The first goals came in the 15th minute. Kai Havertz was the man who scored the first goal. Tzolis wins the balls from the Coventry defender and gives a pass to Calafiori. Then Calafiori didn't hesitate. He gives a straight pass inside the box and it was meant for Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz perfectly make his run, gives a nice shot, didn't make any mistake, gives a left foot shot into the right bar, and that was the first goal for Kai Havertz, and that was the first goal for Premier League and Arsenal. And this is where Arteta's decision was really good. Instead of Gyökeres, he put Kai Havertz into the center forward role. Why? Because Kai Havertz is really good at dropping deep, thrives on the half spaces, but Gyökeres on the other hand kind of profile that gives a really dominating performance into the box. He just wait for the balls, but Kai Havertz don't wait for the balls. He make constant movement, try to make some run into the half space. So that's why Arteta put Kai Havertz into the center forward role for this match. If I talk about the second goal came in the 22 minutes, and this goal was started into the midfield. It was Declan Rice who plays 1-2 with Ødegaard, go forward towards the box. Then Rice gives balls out for the Tzolis. Tzolis saw nobody was inside the box. He just gives a low cross. It was the goalkeeper who tried to save the ball, but he spilled it out, and there was just after Saka just completely gives a nice tap in, and that was the second goal for Arsenal. After just a couple of minutes, after just 6 or 7 minutes, they scored 2 goals inside 23 minutes. That was completely looking like Arsenal is totally dominating the game, and that is actually what happened. And just after the second half, Martin Odegaard got a nice goal inside the box. It was a little bit sloppy goal. If you see, Ben White was not meaning to give the ball towards Ødegaard. Ben White slides a pass to Ødegaard inside the box, and Ødegaard somehow mishit it, or some misshit happened, but somehow it passes the keeper and go inside the box. And that was the third goal, and it was sealed off that Arsenal is going to win this game. And if you talk about what was the deciding goals for this match, then I would probably say it was not any goal that was the deciding factor for this match. It was actually the first 10 to 15 minutes where Arsenal was started playing their own game. Arsenal started playing their match, and that is what happened in the game. If you see, after the 10 minutes mark, Arsenal was piling up with Calafiori and Tzolis into the left hand side, and then they started playing their game. And in the 15 minutes after the Kai Havertz goal came, it was decided that Arsenal going to be dominating this match. Their quality, their game plans was looking to execute it at that point. And after the first goal, everything was just happening on the favor of Arsenal. There was 0 tackle inside the whole first half. There was 0 touches in the ball in the Arsenal half, in the Arsenal box. So it was everything going in favor of Arsenal. So if I talk about the player performance, then everyone gonna talk about the Kai Havertz goal, the Saka goal. One thing that player I should talk about, that is Christos Tzolis. It was literally the first match, the debut match for Tzolis in Arsenal shirt, and he just played brilliantly. He's a kind of profile player, I would say, like Trossard kind of player, just likes to cut inside of the game, just try to cut inside of the pitch and combine well. And if you saw a statistic, then 76 minutes played in the whole match, 3 chances was created by him, 2 shot was on target, and 1% accurate passes. Shot accuracy was 67%, touches in the opposition box 8, and as you can see, the format is already given that he had the most touches in the opposition box, that and also took the most shot, that is 4. So Tzolis' performance was literally on top. If you see his game, he was the best man, if not the best man, then the second best man, I will say, in the whole match. And if I talk of the first best player of the whole match, that is going to be Ødegaard. He just scored the goal. Somehow he scored the goal, but obviously it is what it is. If you score a goal, you is obviously going to take it. That is what happened to Ødegaard. And if I talk about the whole game, that Ødegaard controlled the whole game tempo. If I show you the statistic, then he played 76 minutes, 93% accurate passes, chances created 3, shot on target 1, and that one was goal. Touches in the opposition box 6, 8 was defensive contribution, tackles on 3, ground duel on 4 and 4. That is absolutely awesome performance from my side. And if I talk about the other players, then Ben White and Calafiori, both the defenders got an assist. That is really good performance from both of them. And Saka, after a long time, I saw a goal from Saka. It was a really awesome goal, tap in, but multiple times Saka just created so many chances. If you saw the statistic of the most Arsenal chance created, then it was on the right hand side from the Saka side, whereas Declan Rice and Ødegaard was playing. So obviously you gonna count on the quality players like Declan Rice, Ødegaard and Saka to create chances to make a goal scoring opportunity. That is what happened. And if I show you the statistic of the whole game, then as you can see in the stat, it was all about red. It was all about Arsenal. Expected goal created 1.80, total shot was taken 20, shot on target was 6, touches in the opposition box 36, 3 goal was scored and 1.8 xg created. That means they outperformed their xg. 64% position, totally dominated performance from Arsenal. And if you saw the Arsenal game, then you will probably say that that is what a champions team look like, and that is what a champions team have to be, should be. Arteta first game on the match, and if you saw the table, then first game, first win, and Arsenal is in the first of the table. In the previous, like, Arsenal is going to be mocked like they are like started with A, so they are obviously starting in the front of the table, but the people has mocked them like if the season goes, then Arsenal is going to be in the second or third position. But obviously let's see what happened in this season, how far Arsenal can go. But obviously Arsenal team will be my favorite choice because Man City has got a new manager, Enzo Maresca, so I don't think Man City will be in their top position and Rodri is going to be in the Barcelona. So it will be a really thing to see how Man City plays. So now let's talk about one more game that is in the La Liga. I am a La Liga fan. I watch La Liga almost all the match of Barcelona and Real Madrid. So let's just talk about it. And in the La Liga, Real Betis scored 1 goal and they won their first match. And if I show you the lineup, it is the lineup. It is the team of the GOAT Anthony. Probably salute him for the 8.1 rating. And the goal scorer was Riquelme. He scored the goal. And if you don't know that Garcia, the Fran Garcia of France, the previous Real Madrid player, is playing on the Real Betis. Manuel Pellegrini team got a really nice, crucial 3 point against Real Sociedad. And I don't know, that Real Sociedad performance is little bit dropping day by day, and they are really a mid-table team now. Like previously they were a really top team, they compete against like Barcelona, against Real Madrid, but now they are just become a mid-table team. I don't know what happened to them. But if I show you the statistic of this game, then 1.6 xg created, Real Sociedad created 1.4 xg, that is much more xg than Real Betis. 18 was total shot was taken by Real Betis, 7 was shot on target, 8 was touched in the opposition box, 1 was big chance created and 1 was a big chance scored. So overall okay situation for Real Betis. And if I talk about Real Sociedad, they do make 1.40 xg and they just couldn't be that clinical. I don't watch that match, I am just looking the statistic. Total shot was taken 9, shot was on target 3, 2 big chances created and 2 big chances missed. That's really hard, Real Sociedad. If you are not scoring your big chances, then you have to take no points at home. So that is what it is. So let me know in the comment how you enjoyed the Arsenal first match and how you are excited. So don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video, and up until peace.